naked, yeah, flex. I don't wanna see you as another way. I don't wanna see you as another way. Bucket naked, yeah, bitches bucket naked, yeah, bucket naked, yeah, bitches bucket naked, yeah, I don't wanna see you as another way. I don't wanna see you as another way. Area with alien that come from space. To do it record, you gon' need 100K. Bitch, it ain't no shaking on my final case. Disrespect, I spit right in your fucking face. I've been in the loop. Hope I don't get no rash for stepping on my shoes. You might just get toe tagged, yeah, but never lose. I got you bitches so mad. The Parliament and flew through a whole nother monad. Yeah, that's fucking naked. Touching from the body, got the shit becoming separate. Shit be months and seconds, yeah, done and dead it. When I'm smoking gas, I ain't pumping automatic. Cause this my fucking medics, yeah. You hating on me from a tiny house. Looking at my fault up in the face, you look like Mighty Mouse. In the PM, I be creeping when the neighbors lights us out. Don't be coming with no clothing when I show the grace about. You might need your fucking naked, yeah. Bitches fucking naked, yeah. Fucking naked, yeah. Bitches fucking naked, yeah. I don't wanna see you as another way. I don't wanna see you as another way. Fucking naked, yeah. Bitches fucking naked, yeah. Fucking naked, yeah. Bitches fucking naked, yeah. I don't wanna see you as another way. I don't wanna see you as another way. Fucking with the fake, I should be DOA. Underneath the ground is where your demons stay. All I want is pleasure, I don't need no pain. If life a water stream, let me see my way. I'm on a mission like Indiana Jones, but these niggas just consumer. Yeah, I got a vision that nobody knows. It's so big, I got a tumor. You crash, better cool face, having ass bitches, better have a backup plan. This might be the reason you don't really have a man. Cause girl, you might gotta be bucket naked, yeah. Bitches bucket naked, yeah. Bucket naked, yeah. Bitches bucket naked, yeah. Flex. I don't wanna see you as another way. I don't wanna see you as another way. Bucket naked, yeah. Bitches bucket naked, yeah. Bucket naked, yeah. Bitches bucket naked, yeah. I don't wanna see you as another way. I don't wanna see you as another way.
Check it out. Yeah, check that. Look. Now, am I the only one who don't get it? I could pull back about 5-6 years ago and stuff like that. It was the same thing. Nothing changed. Didn't y'all go all buy toilet paper and stuff like that one time? That was a few years. Am I the only one who don't get it? I don't get it. I don't. Listen, I be trying to get it. I know a lot of people in these situations too. That ain't my point. You know what I'm saying? That ain't my point. I'm trying to figure out, where is this a flex? Because a lot of times it seems like all ethnicities and stuff always be by default in some type of energy of you're mad when like the government stopped doing stuff for y'all, or Europeans stopped doing stuff for y'all. Like, but the government shutdown and stopping food stamps truly have nothing to do with y'all. It don't have anything to do with y'all. Like, when it comes to the government shutdown, that just means the Americans is broke. The Americans are a foreign group of individuals who was getting hit upside the head with a sword by Britain and them and stuff like that. And they came, try to move French out the way and stuff. That American is for. See, I got to understand that the Americans is broke. Them the people who's running the business. They're broke. And then when it comes to, so obviously they can't fund a lot of things based off nuances that people probably don't agree with. Like it ain't a lot of pilgrims here like it used to be. Then we get into food stamps stopping. Just food businesses getting ready to lose money. So whoever's running good food businesses, they must not be no Masons or anything of that nature. Because if you had a food business, you gonna make sure America got some way to go to the grocery store and be able to buy that shit, even if how welfare was started in the first place. Updated. So I don't get it. What's going on? America going through the government going through a shutdown ain't no flex. And it seemed like the narrative is like it's always y'all fault. Is y'all something wrong with y'all when white people stop doing stuff for y'all or something like that? Like, they don't got nothing to do with y'all. You got to think about it like this. Let's say you ran a food business, or you ran a business and you're starting to lose money. You got shut down. All right, y'all ain't none of y'all in on this American business unless you some damn Democrat or Republican shield. Ain't none of y'all in on the business. No, it says like whatever they do, and you need to be questioning why people are trying to take responsibilities that they can't do. That's people who be trying to handle money that's quote unquote it's us and we and all American money. We haven't seen nobody who know how to handle money in government. So there's a whole bunch of punk college people. So everybody in politics must have went to college or something. Like none of them know how to handle money. Then when they get into like these are self things, these self problems, these ain't problems. If you got a problem when someone else's business is shut down, this means that you're either in that condition because you needed that assistance or you're in that condition by force. Someone made you lean and depend on them. That's how welfare was created in the first place. They got a whole bunch of people making y'all say, no, we want to fund everything. So if you can't handle it, stop creating shit like that. Nobody told y'all to make nobody even told y'all to create welfare then. If y'all can't come up with some better ideology about something, you just got a stupid culture. I'm trying to figure out how this makes sense. Y'all just got a bunch of people in positions of control and stuff who got a stupid culture. You got a bunch of people that's out here complaining about it that they don't even know what they're complaining about. I personally don't get it. I don't get the government shutdown ain't no flex for nobody. I mean, you can't handle money. And I never been in no American corporation business. So 9 times out of 10, they got a whole bunch of people who don't know how to think right. So it's going to lead to stuff like this. Then they try to make it seem like we as people ain't trying to get involved in these things. Because obviously we know better tactics. Y'all, it's like a fail. You can't place fail on other people. I don't get it. I don't even get why people up here like you'll see a whole, especially TikTok videos and stuff, you'll see a whole, and some of them ain't real, but you'll see a whole bunch of people like what's the sentiment they in? Yeah, if the government does this, then I'm gonna do that because this, that, and the third. Like, you should be around your family. See, I think this is the problem with America. America or the Americans need to allow people to take care of their own people. So if everybody in their own area, a bum ain't even no bum. You know what I'm saying? Because people know how to build things together, and who's the less fortunate, the people who care about their own people create circumstances for them. Now, let's say if this was a whole white nation, right? Welfare will be seen as rescue missions, or welfare will be seen as if you ain't corporate up or in college, welfare create jobs. So you get a welfare job. So a person who on welfare job, the what people amongst their own people will create, because we natives already had something like that. You create the circumstances for the lowest class and they stay at the bottom. Everybody who stay at the top of the hill, like literally the top of the mound, is because you know how to deal with the resources the best. So you made everybody else's little village or farming circumstance the uncle, and you become the father or the grandparent. And then everybody is an extension of that. And it's not due to force. It's due to just psychology, living condition. And that's where it be accepted. A person who know they don't have it mentally there. They're not stupid. They know that it's somebody else more comprehended than them. Family, friend, or associate or coworker wise. All these things supposed to be handled with individually and neighborhood wise. But y'all not even on that type of time. Like, so when it comes into the assistance thing, it's being portrayed like what y'all gonna do, when in all actuality, that's a failing business. You just probably blind that already got a slave mind. You're up under it, not seeing it like that. In all actuality, everybody on their own, whoever running the business, for anything to be shut down, they got failed business practices. It doesn't mean a person who's not involved in that business is going to be affected by it. The only reason they're going to be affected by it is by two choices. They didn't get themselves together, or they was in it by force. And when you think about welfare, it's higher on a percentage scale of force. If white people claim they took over, they would have created and did things rightfully. They would have had everything like how the reservations, not the native reservations, not that, but how reservations supposed to be. Where if you're a sovereign community and you got somebody who know how to deal with the resources and do foreign exchange, you helping each other. They know how to make a little bit more money. They know how to deal with you and your little perception and make you a small manager, and they can handle global management or whatever the case may be. But we got a lot of people in government in a racist type of ideology. So it's never going to have that type of starting point to it. So it's going to be like, even when a person's business fail, it could be broadcasted like it's your problem and you were never in on the business in the first place. But I guarantee you, if you had a sufficient mind and you was running your business, these are things you're trying to run away from. So it's the crashing of a business is being utilized for people who ain't involved, or is the crashing of the business is based on something real and genuine, motherfuckers who can't handle money. And if we can't have conversations like that, I don't think we need to be talking about any politics or anything of that nature, because we're dealing with children. We got to start having real conversations. Is this a game to make people who ain't involved in business frustrated? That, because this is the only sense I can make out of it. Is this a game to make people who ain't involved in business frustrated and shit like that? And they not even realizing why they in that condition in the first place? And or is it the problem that somebody crashing and can't deal with the business? Because they're going to need a psychologist. That little group of people who's funding welfare and they want to shut it down, or even the government, they're going to need psychologists. A psychologist is going to have to start to update their intellect to start to express things to people, no matter if they went to college or the military, that you can't handle everything. You know what I'm saying? If these responsibilities are too big for you, won't you get involved in something else? You know what I'm saying? Get involved in other practices. Don't get involved in no practice that look like it can help other individuals, and then you in some other type of situation where it has to be shut down from other purposes. And so, because if that's the case, why we keep creating situations where people need welfare in the first place? Let's start conducting other manners. Now, if you already did some destruction, and now it's like a damage control, because that's the basis of welfare. It's based off damage control, nothing else. That's white people or people in government actually trying to be better people. So to utilize that as a reneging energy in some way, shape, or form also doesn't make sense. It's almost like just trying to exercise authority, other than why is people in welfare in the first place? And why do people feel like they have to make everybody else lean on them to be responsible for them? And if you're going to be retarded about it, that's like having a breadwinner in a family or something like that, right? And every time you ask to borrow money or something like that, they brag about it to every family member or something like that. And they express it in a way like they don't like it, yet they keep putting themselves in a position of doing it. Obviously, that's their ego. They toxic or something like that. You see what I'm saying? Let me find out the government doing that. But that's just regular life when you look at it in actuality and things of that nature, right? In all actuality, it's like, well, don't take that responsibility of you claiming you want to be the breadwinner and opening your pocketbook for everybody to borrow money in the family all the goddamn time, if you're going to sound like you complaining all the goddamn time. And even if I need it, I'm not going to want to take it from you. I'd rather just suffer and shit like that, because I understand the way you think. So it's like that. You know what I'm saying? When you think about it as an adult and how you're supposed to raise your kids, so your kids don't be in their friend's face and their parents could look down and be like, oh, they're bringing energy from their in-house home, and their in-house home ain't got no leadership or no individuality. So this child in this crib right now, yeah, I'm gonna feed it, but you know, they don't have no sophistication to know how they look. Let me start to pay attention to their parents. What's their parents' Facebook page and shit like that? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? All kind of shit like that. That's adult talk. Y'all don't have adult talk online and shit like that. Y'all have other shit. Y'all like to do other things to steer at things that y'all trying to make us seem like it's an adult. And this is why we have to say even politicians are childish. Because when we get to serious things, when we talk, it don't seem like people got the mind there, but it seemed like people got the mind to use adult intelligence for childlike things. And here's where it comes to coons and stuff like that. And you become unrelatable. You become like a small pocket, and where it doesn't make sense for us to even have a starting point of making sense out of things to have healthy conversations about. Which is why people on welfare and people who's not on welfare, I don't understand even any of them sentiment online, and I don't understand why even certain news networks and people who are content creators are putting it on the backs of people who don't have anything to do with that business. America is a business. You have to understand that. You see what I'm saying? Now, if you're in a situation where you need assistance, that's another thing. You might have a whole nother fight, whole nother argument. But we ain't about to steer away from people don't know how to handle money. And if we got people in powerful positions who flunked out with money, you need to start reevaluating what you are able to take as a responsibility. Your magic square might not be big enough for you to stand on. You know what I'm saying? The shoes you might be trying to fit might not be big enough, unless you're trying to get exposed by lying. And other than that, no one cares about it that way anyway. We just know it's a failing lying circumstance for someone to get rich on their own. That still doesn't really trickle down and affect anything but someone personal pockets who involved with that. But other than that, we have to make sense. If motherfuckers can't take responsibility and y'all can't deal with money, stop presenting yourselves as y'all need to be representatives or in charge of these goddamn things, because it's not a flex. It's not a flex. You can't even use, nobody in government can even use the government shut down and what people gonna do now. It ain't about what we gonna do. What we gonna do is still run our motherfucking businesses and seem like we do a lot better than y'all. Y'all shouldn't be in no big positions. Know what I'm saying? If smaller people and mom and pop stores could handle shit and then still be amongst the people, and y'all can't even do that, and y'all getting help, y'all get funded, y'all getting help doing all kind of shit. Trump building a whole nother wing of the president. This shows you where people's focus at. So it's either focus on a lie or something that's retarded in the first place. But it's not adult. It don't reach real people's minds and real people conversations and stuff like that. It might reach Gen Z and some future politician that's in college right now or some HBCU, probably pretty much the end. And they ain't gonna have no intelligence skills of uphold no business. So they're gonna fail at whatever they're trying to manage, not being prepared for life in all actuality. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all managers can't deal with people like me and the regular everyday people. We take y'all shit over. Then when we take y'all shit over, the business it starts shutting it down because y'all can't get the money off of it no more. Then y'all got to psyop something else. It always was like that. It never was like nothing else. YouTube wouldn't be what it is. If people like me and other individuals are up here talking for other people to even be interested in, we need the people's opinion. Let's get on YouTube. Let's get on TikTok. So we got to be real right now. Who's adults and who's not, and who shouldn't be taking responsibility for certain things. Life is very different at the moment. You can't flash around no money, have some nepotism, be in any position, no matter what ethnicity you are, all the way to a Jamaican scammer. And then place yourself in a position like you can speak for others that it has nothing to do with reality and what we all going through in these current times. And it's like a small percentage, 30% of whatever you get ready to come up with to make you think it's an issue for everybody. And it's not. You know what I'm saying? All the way down to how y'all break it down, y'all relationships. That don't make no sense. Y'all not making no sense. It's not enough adults online. Y'all not making no sense. No one is making no sense in today's time. So it's hard for me to understand. And I'm open to get my mind changed. You know what I'm saying? Just as much as I don't want to hear some ratchet chick talking about I'm about to rob the grocery store, just as much as I don't want to hear some government making it seem like it's a flex because you fail at money handling. Both parties is retarded. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to make sense out of it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just a citizen like y'all. You know what I'm saying? I know content creators get treated like we ain't, though. I know we get treated like we already politicians in this thing. You know what I'm saying? Well, if we're going to get treated like that, I'm going to let you know I ain't in on none of the Americans' business. So I have no feeling, reaction or action-wise, on government being shut down or welfare. Even if I even was on welfare, I still don't understand the shutdown of it because it ain't like the average individual want to be on welfare. A motherfucker got on it because I guess they got problems or whatever the case may be. So at some point, those was the actual issues that made any government seem like it makes sense for that to be a substantiated establishment within the welfare corporation in the first place for things like health. And, Canada got free health and stuff like that. Obviously, there was ongoing problems that people see as serious enough. Obviously, those problems is not being looked at when narratives is being made around it at the moment. You know what I'm saying? So we got to look at it like that. Like when it comes to housing and stuff like that, just let people take care of their own people. So everybody be in a location. That don't make us separate or whatever the case may be. And that don't mean one person going to be in charge of a community and then make it racist and the other community or shade of color can't live in it. No, we talking about reconstruction of class. If class getting ready to be reconstructed, I think the cities and the states need to be created around that. So if your class above middle class, you can afford these cities and states to have the factories to make the better toilet paper. But let's not get lost in capitalism and make every other lower class city and state, if we kind of counterpartmentalize and put things in categories the right way, since everybody like to do studies. All right, those who's not sufficient as New York, and let's say you a little bit more in Jersey or whatever like that. Okay, we got the less factory that make toilet paper, not as good as Charmin, but motherfuckers, y'all all got jobs. You know what I'm saying? But if it's going to be, well, Charmin is the best, but the corporation is capitalism straight through New York, Now Colorado got to go, California got to go, Washington got to go straight through New York and stuff like that. All right, so when California experienced a deficit, when Ohio experienced a deficit, we don't got no governors or nobody here saying, well, we going to bring a steel mill here, things of that nature. Yet, motherfucker getting paid off the system that still funds Charmin going straight to New York City, and it ain't no Charmin, lesser Charmin, off-brand, Lil Romeo / Bow Wow versions, great value versions everywhere that we could work. You know what I'm saying? Everywhere don't need a McDonald's so people can't afford it. We already doing that now. Everywhere don't got Walmart. We do that now. We ain't about to act like we don't be sitting around these round tables and stuff like that, not making good sense of shit. We see that shit now. We know where might be a little bit access to people who got better jobs in that area and people who may not. And this store just good for them. Value Dollar, Dollar General. You know what I'm saying? Up the block. You know what I'm saying? That might be your Walmart based upon your city or whatever the case may be. We already do that. So we're not about to act like it ain't some adults in these. It's some adults in the government right now. I just think it's a whole bunch of other childish motherfuckers in there right now. That's what I think. So outdated narratives is being used to spark emotion, but to make the actual energies that make people aroused right now. That's why ain't nobody really protest. What are we? Shit ain't got nothing to do with it. It's like, you know what I'm saying? That's what it's seeming like. It's weird. So tax dollars was used for that. I think we got to chill a little bit. You know what I'm saying? We got to draw back a little bit. And I think that's the high percentage scale of the main reason why the government is going through a shutdown also right now. It's a going back to the drawing board. A lot of things that was prompted up to be funded is not being supported based upon how the actual citizens are reacting and responding, and such as people in the government also. So, you know, there's a lot of things that was funded to make the government run sufficient that a lot of people are disagreeing with. That was already on a starting point. May have started from Biden's. May have started from Trump's first race to be the president, or maybe around Obama time, or some way, shape, or form. It was something that's already was initiated that is too high on a percentage scale and opposite based upon our reaction to the way we think. And the money, if the money already going towards that, there's got to be a government shutdown. AKA, we gotta do go back to the drawing board, back to the goddamn galaxy government table and shit where all the constellations on. And take our pieces of the pie and take over that table and shit like that. So it's like right now there's a lot of talks going on right there of updating something that's already going on or changing the direction of the money. And then for the most part, this is the high base of, well, at least what Yehovah told me. Yehovah showed me that this is the highest percentage scale of why we may be going through a government shutdown. May not even necessarily have to do anything with money, just where the money we currently have is actually going, and the directory of it is not going in the point it was supposed to go when it was established. You know what I'm saying? So that's one of the main reasons we going through a government, and we would have probably been had one. You know what I'm saying? This one had to be forced for real. The motherfuckers Ben was saying, chill out, fall back a little bit, fall back. But the sooner the better in any occasion. You know what I'm saying? So ain't nothing forever, and then it just till people recalibrate and readjust how the money is being conducted. So however long that take, or whatever the case may be. Now, citizens can speed up the process, you know what I'm saying, with quote unquote, if you want to call it witchcraft, it ain't witchcraft, but if you look at everybody's starting point of things, you will see what people is doing, even if they don't know no better, and just use it against them. For an example, the government is of Christianity. Christianity is a belief, and I just believe I'm in something in spirit. I'm not the actual people, or whatever the case may be, right? So if you have a belief, it's going to be trying to justify feelings to correlate what you individually want to do, or whatever the case may be. So it's all about feelings. So all you got to do is whatever a person feel like they think they're important about, make them feel bad about it. So boom, if y'all want the government to get out of a shutdown, make them feel like they don't know how to handle money or something. Make them feel like they're not in a position to be doing these things. Don't be in no mind state of, oh, what I'm gonna do because the government's shutting down. Because it could be not a problem going on at all, and a person just use your weak ass mentality against you. You know what I'm saying? Just to hear your opinion or something like that, just to see what you would do. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, man, people do that in the hood every day, man. Like that type of shit. People do that in the hood every day. These are tactics that I think even if the government probably doing that. I think government be learning stuff from regular people. Government don't be having no intelligence themselves. You know what I'm saying? That's why you need stuff like undercover cops and stuff like that, because if you ain't put on the game, you don't know nothing for real. Like, you don't know nothing. It's just you trying to control something, and that's where the problems come from. Because truly ain't nothing to be controlled. It's just common sense. But at the same time, we just gotta make sense out of these things. You know what I'm saying? Like, these things ain't really what people see online and what people frustrate, because that's the confusing part. You see a lot of people saying they gonna rob and steal and do all this type of thing. We should already be having some situation where we live amongst our people and these things ain't issues. So when we come to a circumstance of there's a large responsibility on a group of people and they can't handle it, it has to be seen in that perspective. It can't be seen in a perspective as what regular people gonna do who needed it. Like, there's reasons why these people needed it. You know what I'm saying? Or it shouldn't have been created in the first place. So who's sitting around establishing things that just don't work? That's what we really have to start having discussions about. Who don't got no common sense to sit around and really have an important job or whatever? Because I swear Mexicans don't even put no house together unless they got the blueprint down. So if Mexicans code on smaller scales, maybe we need some Mexicans. Or I'm just using that as an example. Like, we can't be setting aside, I'm a PhD quality. I think we get too lost into what y'all call power, and a person can make up a concept. What they mean is power. But I'm gonna tell you right now, power don't have nothing to do with guns or money. If you can't fuck and you can't fight, no matter how young or old you is, you're nobody. Like, period. If you can't fuck, you can't fight, and you ain't creative, you're nobody. Everything else is made up. This what makes a person need a gun to even defend themselves or create order over others from getting punched upside your head. That's it. Anything else y'all making up, y'all have hard times upholding those things. Even when it comes down to taking care of y'all relationships and stuff like that, y'all be having a hard time upholding the things y'all take up for. Even coons, y'all be having hard times trying to explain or uphold the things that y'all do try to explain and take up for. All the things y'all be trying to take up for, y'all be struggling every day in your life questioning, is this even life, or is that even a real purpose? Or do you even want this bitch? Or do you even want this homie cheese, homie slice, nigga, wakatakia, cocking? Like, people go through that every day, or divorce wouldn't exist. So it's just, people are getting together based off necessity, and these relationships ain't spiritual ships. Y'all going in the same direction. Y'all are trying to survive in the same direction. So the goal is who got the roof over their head first, not who got the potential that we can make the roof over our head something we're both interested in or something like that. So once you get into these confined positions that don't look like a spiritual shit, you're going to get frustrated and feel confined, to feel like you in a jail, even if you're not in one, just being in a relationship with someone. Because the priorities is off. The goals is off. You know what I'm saying? So it'd be a lot of divorces right now based off welfare shutting down. Foodstamps, government shutting down right now. It's a lot of people probably questioning their relationships right now. That easy. That easy for you to question your relationship right now if the government shut down or something like that, and y'all start looking at each other, and that slobber on your face that was on a pillow ain't as something to sweep up under the rug as it was yesterday. Now it's going to become World War 87 now. Anybody got their feet on a coffee table, anybody who drank the last drink of milk and that you put your name on, that you got to think why you start putting your name on the cups of juices in the first place in the goddamn refrigerator. You know what I'm saying? So it's that easy. And this is how easy it is for y'all to be affected. But I don't necessarily think people are affected in the way that online is presenting it, because it's a low-key confusion. Like, when you live around people that's actually in these things, they personally, you know what I'm saying, like, they don't get it. Like, you could be around a homeless person, people holding up signs, they got food stamps or something like that. They're not going to get why America is so focused on them. You see what I'm saying? Like, why is America so focused on little people so much? Like, why we don't have substantiated things that when anytime something big happened, the little people is not affected. This is like you not being a good parent. So every time something go wrong or a bill that you ain't manage your money right and things of that nature, your kids got to suffer not eating and stuff like that. Your kids don't know what's going on with you. Like, they don't know how much you make from your job and how much you were supposed to take out for food and all this, or clothes and stuff like that. They don't know all that. You know what I'm saying? And that's just like you sitting back saying, what y'all gonna do now? I had to pay all this money on this bill and we ain't gonna have no spaghetti this week. What y'all gonna do? I wonder what y'all gonna do. And the kids gonna be looking at you retarded. They're gonna be looking at you retarded. They're gonna be looking at, you know what I'm saying? Now, they might grow up with certain traumas and shit. Like, I mean, you can't count on mom's dukes, or you can't count on father pa. You can't count on auntie or nobody. But I mean, who good does that do? What good was that? And then when we get into the depths of it, because we in Scorpio season, who in charge of what? Obviously, it ain't a group of people amongst their own people for it to be like that in the first place. Or it ain't no good, loving, and kind people that created a forceful situation for it to be like that. The whole concept ain't for to right wrongs. The concept is just to arouse and be negative emotions, and to remind individuals who in charge, even if they have to express, I can't do business right, to get it done. Because that's a dumb way to do it. It used to be just forcing you upside the head with a sword and no. Now is, oh, we fucked up with money, but no, it's called shutdown. And this is why, and now what you're going to do, you need us. In that aspect, when it comes to business and man to man and woman to woman, you need your goddamn self in a straitjacket if you can't take care of business. And what made you make it your business to take your business and funding to try to feel like you're responsible for all other people, if genuinely in the heart you only just care about your people? You shouldn't be investing in welfare. Let someone who care about that actual stuff invest in welfare and all these other things. So therefore, if there's a government shutdown, welfare wouldn't even be involved. Why is welfare in control by the government when everybody on welfare is people who not in government? It's people who didn't get colonized. So I don't get it. Why there ain't no situation of people uplifting people who have been colonized, getting people back off their feet after they have became prisoners of wars? Why is it still reservations instead? That's dumb. So there ain't no helpful energy. These things are just being used if we really want to talk about it in depth like adults. I can't find more on a percentage scale of the only two bases it could be on before we reach the only last point, equilibrium. I can't find it being higher on a percentage scale of actual people being flunked out with money. Once you get to these layers in the mind, these government shutdowns and things of that nature don't even necessarily have anything to do with money. Then it's higher on a percentage scale as being used as a narrative. It's higher on that percentage scale if you really, really want to think about it. It ain't got nothing to do with money, because if it was really genuine, since no citizens is involved in the government business, it ain't y'all business to know what's going wrong with it either. That's like an adult. If something going wrong, something going right, if you ain't involved in it, I'm not about to be at the bar or the club or anywhere that's stupid place. Just even in the home, talking on the phone. I ain't about to be telling you everything. You ain't in on it. Fuck, I'm telling you all my business, folks. And that's just real. So it ain't about to seem like life ain't like that just because we watching MSNBC or something like that. You know what I'm saying? And life have to seem like that a fake version of something is real. No, interactions don't happen like that. If something deep and with somebody's business, motherfuckers hold it down. You know what I'm saying? And if it crash, it crash. You'll learn about it after it crashed. And we don't need to warn you. Like the gangbangers warning people and shit like that, saying, yeah, we getting ready to take over y'all block. What you warning people for? You crashing out on IG. You just crashing out on IG. Feds getting ready to lock all y'all up before y'all do anything. You know what I'm saying? It sound like that. So it's like we got to kind of compartmentalize things in our mind, but we can get to better positions and stuff like that. It ain't nothing to do with it. It's just I think if there's a problem with putting everybody in a category, and I think a main issue is thinking that's always the right thing to do. That's not. We have to look at history, right? Not even all the way to Mormons or other people mixing over other people. in our homes, in our family, siblings, parents. Siblings always interact better when the little sister or the little brother or the brother or the sister is able to have a space. You don't go in there playing with her Barbie dolls or anything of that nature. When y'all come to the kitchen table and I'm done cooking and shit like that, right? That's all y'all arguing about. Jimmy was in my room, or Elisa, she was in my room. She flattened my football, or whatever the case may be, right? So obviously, it's not about the football. It's not about the Barbies, but it's about an invading the space. But what makes the dinner table much better is if I kept things in charge. She's allowed to play with Barbie dolls. He's allowed to play with football. Y'all not even into that anyway, or whatever the case may be. They all got their own religion. They got their own thing. So it's not a problem when they come to the dinner table and I say, come downstairs and eat. You know what I'm saying? They ain't arguing over Jimmy trying to make me stop playing with my Barbie dolls and throw a football at it. So that's why I flatten this football or whatever the case may be. No, we sharing this space, aka we sharing this land, and we all cooking and eating right now. And this tastes real good and shit like that. We ain't got to hear no disturbing shit. Now, it becomes a problem when Sally only want Barbie dolls in the house. It becomes a problem when Jimmy want everybody in the family to only care about his future football career, and then we don't want to care about Sally becoming a beauty pageant or assistant or someone that's important or a nurse or something like that and things of that nature. Then it becomes a problem when I want Jimmy to no, I don't want you. I want you to work on AI all day. You're not gonna be no football player. Work on AI. You know what I'm saying? Or just something like that. It becomes a problem with Jimmy. He start taking knives to school and stuff like that. And then for the most part, and then Sally's, before she know it, she ain't got no care in the household. She got it from her next door neighbor best friend. So now her best friend eating her pussy, her best friend, her father now, her best friend, and her best friend ain't even got her father in her house. You know what I'm saying? So now I got about 330 problems now. You know what I'm saying? I got about 6,000 problems because I can't allow people to have a space and we can all eat at the kitchen table together in peace. You know what I'm saying? And I want to argue with grandma. I got that trauma from my grandma. Oh, she talking about Christianity did wrong. What about Muhammad? What about this? What about that? You know what I'm saying? So I got the same trauma my grandma had to, and none of us ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? All of us get ready to divorce each other as soon as the government shut down again. So you see how this is a big long event that y'all kind of like got to get out of the wiring. Get out the wiring, man. Get out the wiring. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole string long event that it's like, why are we doing this to ourselves? Like we frustrate ourselves. We ain't got to do that. You know what I'm saying? Who knows what Jimmy might be without that peer pressure? Who knows what little Sally might be without that peer? Who knows what kind of parent you might be seen as when they get older without that kind of energy and shit like that? You might be the parent that person can always go to, besides the other one, besides the other auntie, besides the other uncle and stuff like that. You the main one. You know what I'm saying? Now, a lot of times that's how aunties and uncles get in like that too. It's certain energies and pressures that certain kids grow up under the breadwinner sibling, and they got married first and stuff like that. And then it'd be all this. They hear the boasting energy and they feel good to live in that household. But when they go over auntie and uncle house, they feel the real. That's the one they always could call and stuff like that. Be like, yeah, they do be in their ego. My dad do be in their ego. My mom do, they be in their ego like a bitch. You know what I'm saying? Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Because hopefully your auntie ain't letting you. A lot of y'all got 30 kids right now just because of that. You know what I'm saying? Just because y'all auntie was a lot of y'all. You know what I'm saying? Y'all auntie was like the go-to place too to get a dicky ass. Oh, I said that's the other thing too. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes parents gotta step in too. Just step in on that one too. You know what I'm saying? You don't know your little son got about 50 kids out here and shit like that. They told you the whole time, I'm going over to Uncle Jimmy's house and shit, because Uncle Jimmy, I like Uncle Jimmy and stuff. The whole time Uncle Jimmy letting the whole rat pack get created somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Over there. But yeah, it's real. It's real though, but like, you know what I'm saying? We just gotta be careful, man. Like, you know, we all flunk to a certain degree, but at the same time, we're just trying to gain understanding with each other. Now, I know it is gonna be, it is people affected. It's people affected. Like, we all affected. Let's not even say there's people out there affected though. But before we start throwing stones, throwing shade and stuff like that, we really gotta think. You know what I'm saying? Because you could be in the same position, or you could just be talking off a narrative and not having a true understanding of, you know, it sound good, but do you got a business? And if your business running good, how did that look good for someone else? And that's their business or whatever. But you're dumping that on someone who don't run that business and saying that they need to do something or whatever the case. But you're not getting ready to help them. You know what I'm saying? So you can't say you're helping them by telling them they floating this position at the moment, or you're on welfare, or you need this, or whatever the case. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like, why are you speaking? You shouldn't even care about it. And if you don't care about it, you shouldn't care. That's like an atheist that care too much about religion. Pardon me, y'all. Obviously, you are searching for a preacher or a theologian or someone who utilizes apologetics to tell you something that you kind of still be questioning. Pardon me, that you still be questioning. You just haven't had the right way put to you yet. And then you probably already in an energy that don't have anything to do with what we do externally. Some form of rebellion energy. So you're really, that's your fruit. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's your the energy that you be in, that you're going to try to reproduce it, shaleote energy or whatever. Like your God is, I need something to rebel. That's the root of it. It is like anything. Once you jump into the mental shifts and it condenses into the physical world, people, places, and things, and circumstances, and situations. But really, what you're doing is what you're doing. And we're in a time like that right now where that's most important. You gotta know how to check yourself, because you could be seen as crazy in a way that how you were seen may not have looked so crazy previously, and probably could have got you a few dollars. You know, once upon a time we had people like Boot Gang jumping through tables and stuff. You wouldn't dare try to do some stupid stuff and hurt yourself like that just to get lit online. You see what I'm saying? So it's like that to a certain degree. Everybody's self-projecting because we're all awakened, not that controlled way. It's like we're making new organs. So the mind state is in a new realm of reality. So the mind is taking more of those atmospherical movements and directions and shapes and forms. So you can't even think about your piece of that, your mind of that's in that flow, the same way it was flowing where we was at previously in the previous shift. It doesn't even collect. Now, reason it's the same substance, you still aware, is this when you think or express it, or have that expression or express it, it doesn't have the same results. You know what I'm saying? This is why the P. Diddy case looks so crazy. P. Diddy would have got the book thrown at him in 1996 without no questions asked, all the way to his mama agreeing to it. You know what I'm saying? But we in a new shift for real. It ain't like they're doing different tactics. They're doing the same type of tactics in government and how laws ran. It ain't nothing different in everything. Education. It's just all of us is just going through a new shift right now. You see what I'm saying? So we're forced to look at it different. We're forced to. You know what I'm saying? So it's not none of our fault. It's not something you can control. It's just like the real concept of evolution. You know what I'm saying? It's the real. Law got to be adjusted if we're going to be together. Concepts of how y'all construct religion, if y'all going to continue to, these things can't even be the same. They have to be something different. It can't be the same. It's like where it was applied and useful, it's almost like having a video game that you always wanted, then you got it and you beat the video game. You got it, but you beat it already. It's no longer useful for what you're going through at the moment. You want a sequel, or you want another thing, or you want another Barbie doll. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, you could go back in the nostalgia and be like, yeah, this is what I want things to be like now, but it ain't like that now. You know what I'm saying? You're going to try to invite other people over. They might start questioning the graphics. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, this graphic's kind of weak, though. Like, you know what I'm saying? And they might start questioning other things and stuff. That was one of Sega's main problems. Sega could have always kicked everybody's ass. The Sega main problem was the lack of buttons on the damn controller. Like, y'all don't have nobody with common sense. It's like, y'all, and then every time y'all realize the last system console had that problem, y'all make a new controller. We got to pay almost the price as the damn console to get. Then y'all get in the console wars the next time and do the same fucking thing. Have the less buttons again. Nintendo, and then the Nintendo start having problems with too many buttons. Like once they start getting the GameCube and shit. But like it's like, so y'all don't got nobody at the round table like damn. Look, the problem is we're missing buttons. These same games that can be played, we just don't got enough buttons. It's like think, like think. You're too lost in the nostalgia and wanting it to be now. And we on Call of Duty now. We need 2 analogs. We need 4 top buttons. Oh, well, we about to make an update version of it and put it on here. It's only 2 back buttons. There's only 1 analog. You know what I'm saying? Like, stop. Why is you into losing money? Like, you know what I'm saying? This kind of how we kind of look at the government shutdown a little bit too. It's like, what are we doing? Because when it comes to the stamps being stopped, think about if you had a potato chip business or a hamburger business in a farm. You don't even want about to suffer. It really don't got nothing to do with if you see it as a narrative and it's being used for the people who can't afford stuff. And but you don't give a fuck about none of that, especially if America about capitalism. You about to start complaining out your motherfucking ass like, man, I don't give a fuck about no broke ass motherfuckers. Y'all better make something happen for my bag of potato chips. You know what I'm saying? Get sold in these damn grocery stores or some goddamn. You know what I'm saying? Man, we America or not, we capitalism or not, and stuff like that. So that's who's gonna get hit first. Anybody who's selling goddamn meat products, canned products, because they know that they was the main individuals arguing even for other situations like this, along with a bunch of other people and people lower than middle class and stuff like that, right? A motherfucker will be like, hold on, man, we got to create a way that this product could get sold beyond food. It just so happens food is connected to one of the most things that's connected to our organs: eat, fucking, and sleeping. So business would never fail when it comes to food, things that's dealing with comfort, because people could relax somewhere and then that leads to fucking, and sleeping. That's just another allegory to thinking, things that our mind could be on and utilize all the way down to culture and stuff like that. It'd never be no more money than a form of education, a form of feeding, and doing things with other people. There'd never be more money than that. We could all not even be in no, what they call this, the industrial times and stuff like that. We'll all find some way to still do what we think is most important, and might start rejecting anything new that come. You know what I'm saying? Because that's just every creature of nature. That's the most important things of life. Everything else is just conveniences. And the industrial time is a good convenience. But we shouldn't treat it like it's a god or something like that, because it puts us in these positions. So now we're worshiping piping systems and stuff like that, other than the water itself. That's all the way down to the water bill. You know, you're not necessarily paying for the water. You're paying for the filter system because it got toxic in it based upon what we're doing in other areas. But you're paying for the corporation that filters it out for it to run through your sink and the piping system. That's what you're actually paying for. So that'd be the only thing that's being upheld. You see what I'm saying? When it comes to importance, if we want to talk about America being one and all ethnicities coming together, it'll be the main things we're talking about that we always invest our time in to not go broke about. But those ain't things we're gonna go broke about anyway. Like that is life. So when we start thinking about things like that, we start to see we ain't talk about nothing real in general. So you just got to think about what you want to react and respond to, and what you want to put yourself in a position of, and what you think is important or not, or however the case, and just start there. You know what I'm saying? And once you start there, you're good to go. Anything else, you're gonna get lost a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And here's the thing, me personally, I don't even believe that they're gonna shut off welfare. I think that was put out as a narrative to see what people are gonna do, just in case if there was a plan like that and it needs to be adjusted or some way, shape, or form. So it's like a testing ground. It's a new way of looking at statistics. First of all, we can see how many people broke. Then we can see how many people is in erratic broke energy, so they're willing to do some strange things for a piece of change and stuff like that. Then what kind of solution can be solidified for an outcome that can raise the mind of people that didn't get put in a position of acting out crazy, and what kind of new laws we can create for people who are already crazy, because it might even got nothing to do with them being on welfare. This is a health problem now. Let's create a new medicine. Dr. Fauci, you know what I'm saying? All this, you know what I'm saying? So it might be a whole other thing. You know what I'm saying? This might be other things going on that y'all don't even need to worry about, man. For real, y'all don't need to worry about that. Just know that Trump adding an extension on the one of the wings of the goddamn White House or something. You know what I'm saying? And you get into some energy like, oh, maybe I need to do something for my people, or do something for me and my people, or something like that. And now you're getting a better spirit about yourself. Now you're gonna start knowing what capitalism all about and everything all about. And maybe you stop crying and bitching and just, you know what I'm saying, get into some other kind of energy and stuff. But I bet you will come together on better pretense than y'all usually have been. I bet y'all come together on better pretense than y'all usually have been and stuff like that, because y'all have a get together problem. Y'all don't know how to come together and do nothing. Like welfare cutting off. Think about all the food businesses that could have already been started from y'all lazy females and stuff like that. Y'all could have been selling meals all over the place and had a whole bunch of green cash. You know what I'm saying? But none of y'all sat around and wanted to learn how to cook. You know what I'm saying? None of y'all wanted to learn how to cook. You know what I'm saying? All that re-up money would have been green by now and shit like that. And you can't stop your business. So you got to make sure you still got all them packs of hamburgers and sausages and hot dogs and whatever y'all got going on and stuff like that. But then you'll start to see this what it means and shit like that. Now the problem comes from if the government start to go a little further than that and start to stop people doing stuff like that. At that point, we have to chalk it up that it's 100% of just people in government being funny. Because really, if no one should be hating on no one's ability to survive, it wouldn't even be no such thing as crime if the starting point was made on those bases. The things we would be creating all the way down to welfare. Welfare wouldn't be going through a shutdown. It would be welfare have jobs for people who are on welfare. So you're working for it. And they had certain things like that. But I mean, extend that. If you're going to fund it and make it so big, make it like a steel mill thing, like a corporation thing or whatever. So to the point that it looked just as good as whatever real corporation is going. Therefore, there's no less links. There's no weak links in America. So what we may perceive as weak within America, from the outside lens, everybody powerful. Like the weakest job is the way more powerful than someone in Ghanaidia. You know, someone who work at McDonald's is way more intelligent than someone in Afghanistan or something like that. And we ain't trying to be like that. Then I don't know what y'all doing. It must not be that thing like that in the first place. And that must not be the thing. You see what I'm saying? But so we have to put up guards on our mind. We can't allow nobody to talk like that either. Don't talk like that. You ain't about that action. Don't talk like that. Don't be no representation for nobody. Just be quiet, because we already doing that for ourselves. Through thick, thin, snow, hail, sleet. We forced to do that with ourselves already. We don't need nobody coming up with some, well, this is the route everybody gonna go that. We even created 1,000 solutions for ourselves already with no help. We don't get no support. We don't get no help. Nothing. I'll be damned if there's somebody up here talking about the problem. That we going through solutions, we're going through other things, and we ain't expecting it. So we don't want to see no foreign object looking person just talking nonsense and got put there because they was in a damn college or the damn military. That shit don't fly. The whole point of you being in these things, you're not involved. You know what I'm saying? And you're trying to manage something that don't exist anymore. And if we was all at the end of stages of something, you're going to need us. We're not going to need you. So it's like the end. But I love all y'all from the bottom of my heart. Flight boss, bitch, you know. For sure. You're not listening to the Mind of the Terry's Moon. I am the Royal Archangel Uriel. I am here to carry out God duties and motherfucking responsibilities. And over for that, rat the swat, hill, hold that, yellow, hoop. Massasoit. And then that's the thing too, even with females that need help. A whole bunch of females ain't about to do nothing but gather up with men and stuff like that. That's the only thing it leads to. It don't lead to people getting more invested in the corporation. It leads to people at the stages of building corporation again. So if you ain't a builder, this is Drake's problem. We're going through a shift of, if you can't do these things yourself, you're out of here. Drake is out of here. You can't rap yourself. If you can't get it, you're out of here. You know what I'm saying? We in these times. These are the times we in, regardless of any form of government or anything. That really don't exist. Everybody on their own. Either all the way down to you, either so powerful you can make up a new money system and put your face on it. It ain't too many humans on Earth right now that ain't children. So we at these stages of life. Anything else is only used as toys and dumb stuff.